Yeah, man. Hold somebody, make you hold somebody. I beg you, make you judge somebody. Anybody, hold somebody. Say you make Stand up, all the youths of Sierra Leone. Una kushe and kabo. It's a message from United for Salone. As you know, a non-political organization where they out here for help people as the election day around the corner. Just the advice, make the youths and stay in peace, promote peace, go out there and vote for your leader, emphasize your franchise. Now you're right, make we just promote peace. One more time, una just listen to the madam of the organization when I'm Madam Khadija.
Hello to the youth of our beloved Mama Salone. This is the voice of United for Salone. The presidential election for the Republic of Sierra Leone is around the corner. United for Salone, as we are all aware, is a non-governmental or political organization. However, as a non-profit organization that promotes unity, oneness, peace, alongside with International Day of Peace that is observed or celebrated on September 21st of each year, we find it deemed necessary to remind and encourage each of you as youth of the Republic of Sierra Leone on the importance to also promote these statements mentioned earlier, which are, once again, unity, oneness, and peace. As we, the citizens of the Republic of Sierra Leone, prepares to elect our next president for the Republic of Sierra Leone. Once again, this message serves as an encouragement to promote peace, oneness, and unity. And at this juncture, United for Salone take this opportunity to extend its profound gratitude to you, our listener. As always, United for Salone, thank you. Say yes to peace and no to violence. We thank you.
Waiting the council. Waiting the council. Yeah, man. Hold somebody, make you hold somebody. I beg you, make you judge somebody. Anybody, hold somebody. Say you make Stand up, all the youths of Sierra Leone. Una kushe and kabo. It's a message from United for Salone. As you know, a non-political organization where they out here for help people as the election day around the corner. Just the advice, make the youths and stay in peace, promote peace, go out there and vote for your leader, emphasize your franchise. Now you're right, make we just promote.
Greetings, fellow Sierra Leonean and viewers beyond the Sierra Leone community. Welcome to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television. I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabi, on the community announcement. On behalf of the entire team, we once again extend deepest condolences to Ambassador Almami Petito Koroma and family as they lay to rest his beloved wife, the late pastor, Mrs. Linda Koroma. Having said that, I want to take a pause for we come in. Me and the wonderful panelists and today for Ned and give an introduction of themselves before we land with today's topic. As we know, as the flyer rightfully say, that it's a grave concern that every Sierra Leonean for be worried about the latest having to do with retired Parlo Conteh'S. Having said that, make a pause now, bring with panelists them in and then introduce themselves. Once again, welcome and I thank you for your time. Fellows, welcome once again. And I take this opportunity for introducing ourselves. Make a call on Mr. Werese. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Khadija. Mina Alhaji Mohammed Werese. Mina be one-time executive director for Democracy Sierra Leone, organization where I run for over 10 years. I am based in the United States now, so I the further my studies.
Welcome once again, Mr. Werese. Thank you for your time. And make a call on Pastor Commander. Welcome, sir. I think your device today on mute, so need to hear you, sir. Sorry. Try it again. Yeah. Wonderful. Good.
Yeah. Welcome. God bless you.
God bless you as well.
Yeah.
me and Pastor Commander, and then I Greece, of course, as a Sierra Leonean, I've been at Freetown, Calbatown, but today I believe at the worldwide, where I believe say I'm also going to appreciate for this wonderful day today. And then I Greece, and only for tell people they wouldn't have me much, but I believe, as I say, Pastor Commander, I don't believe say they will know who that don't talk. God bless you.
God bless you too as well. Welcome, sir. Make a call on Mr. P-Man. Welcome, welcome, sir. Mr. P-Man, check your phone in sound. Press the red arrow. For now you go come in when they hear you. Yes, well.
Me, these are the United States, Philadelphia. Um, People are money mostly every like the internet and WhatsApp and everything. Yeah, I don't do like media for a long time now anyway, but I just glad for doing this particular time. Yeah. Also, I can be able to pass with big one, with big sister earlier. Okay, we'll keep the all about. Thank you, guys.
Welcome, welcome once again. Thank you, as well for being part of this wonderful panel. As we know, as the flyers say, this is a very, very critical topic, and we get yesterday. I come across something where basically I believe say every Sierra Leonean for be concerned about have given the obvious of waiting. There's some statements we come up from the biological daughter of retired Major Parlo Conteh'S, and I want to make it very clear that she has nothing to do with life today. As a concerned Sierra Leonean or Sierra Leoneans around the world, we basically love the country. I believe say anything we happen to do with whether it's retired Major Parlo or the layman where it be say not ever take any position in governance. I believe say if we hear something like as that of waiting the daughter pull out yesterday, we need for be concerned, and our place for now we join voice for now we bring about we concerns now what we get, hopefully in the hand they go help we as a whole. Having said that, as some of you now know, it's rather unfortunate that I cannot play the video. I've been wished for do that earlier today. I mean, while we they on this, hopefully maybe we'll go do it later, or if not, we'll go try for share on our Facebook page, so that way I will know exactly what they refer to. There was a lot of things that we come on that video where they suggest say once again this CSO has nothing to do with the daughter. This live show I not talk to her today. No one asked me for do this for say family member, no. So I want to get that clear. And secondly, I also want to get on clear say one of the member of the Sierra Leone People's Party when I Mr. They call himself Mr. Gentle. He call himself political hot goose. He goes or something. I don't know the maybe Mr. Piman will help me later. Now he's supposed to be one of the panelists, and today we'll be invite where he been give me the okay say make her go ahead and get her as one of the panelists, but unfortunately if it decide not for join. I they assume I make multiple calls prior to we they come live, but appear for sure. But having said that, for making clear, say like always, I can make an emphasis say this panel now for this platform now for every Sierra Leonean, irrespective of your political affiliation or whatever the case may be, your gender, your age, it doesn't matter. As long as you're willing and ready to join voice for now we reach a common ground or a solution towards we problems them or we concerns them, so be it. You're welcome on this platform. So fellows, I want in a come I believe say most of ina or all of ina don't see that video they what they refer to where the daughter makes some critical statements them. Some again where they use the word allege here for now we as we want to maintain with credibility, but yet when they bring the concern them, it's alleged that the jurors them they give them an offer for say they find retired Major Parlo guilty, and the first offer they then make a statement saying that it was it's small, or if I can put out for lack of better term, and then offer them another where they say it's about $20,000 each. Again, we they make an emphasis on the word alleged, so we don't know if it's true or not. But again, if that's the case, then we need for raise concern as Sierra Leonean, because this treason is not something where they say, okay, then find this person, go take some money in a person in pockets where you be said and go get and fine or something, spend X amount of year na jail or whatever, and then they release them. This now treason is somebody's life on the line, somebody's life they in jeopardy. So we not go take on lightly. So having said that, I want pause here, make I bring Mr. Warise in, na in bring your own take on this of waiting I don't present so far, then with the other fellows them as well. Then we go from there. And I welcome once again, fellows. Mr. Warise, come on in, please, sir.
Thank you very much, Khadija. I hope say family they hear me clearly.
Yes.
I want for take this opportunity to tell you thank you as a young lady na this part of the world. We very concerned about Sierra Leone because we know that a lot of people them once them in this part of the world, then they feel okay. They're not concerned about what they happen back home. They don't have to know, but if you just spend you 5-6 hours where if you don't be make money with, in America, you spend them for create a forum, create a platform where Sierra Leoneans and will come and can discuss waiting the money them back home. I think say a laudable venture. I want to tell you thank you for that. And the issue with the treason trial, just this morning, I write a short article where titled as the treason trial that never was. This is the 21st century, Khadija. The fact that this is the 21st century means say information they out there, they fly as easy as people are wanting for reaching. So the fact that if they get court proceedings na Sierra Leone, make the people that waiting at the courts na Sierra Leone, make the people waiting at Sierra Leone from the presidency come down, they don't know say because of the fact that this is the 21st century, because of the fact that the world don't become an information age, don't reach an information age. Not in other way that they do a darkness when they come to light. Because somehow, some way, somebody will try to get them out. Let me understand, especially with the court, say whatever they do, Sierra Leoneans say no. I understand the way you put them based on the way Parlo Conteh'S in daughter, put them sort of an allegation. But before that, waiting we don't get the intelligence we don't gather, now that then talk to the jurors them, say they're not for embarrass the president if them not find the man guilty of treason. The president would be embarrassed because he don't make a lot of noise about her. So the jurors their own job. Like I say, it's not allegation. So the jurors their own job and for just find the man guilty. But what you make truth slip on that one day, and the facts say the treason trial where Parlo and others they contest treason trial for, or within a court for, ordinary man, we not sorry by the law self, say, you not reach that case of treason trial. Now that make this evening, if I get opportunity, I want to discuss this issue from three perspectives. One, looking at the political implication. Sorry, you know say that phone will use.
That is
No,
okay.
I'm just coming, yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah? Hello?
Yes, I would hear you.
Yeah.
I would hear
Okay,
you.
very good. I want to discuss it from three perspectives. One, like I did say, what are the political implication? Where the government of Sierra Leone, where be headed by President Madabio, by force, they think say they were put treason case now somebody in, and that issue they go unnoticed. What are the political implication? So I want to follow the Sidolo fact check the issue because we know what will happen at the court on a daily basis. As it happen, we did them. Not like today. You understand? We follow watch television stuff. Pass go bread. Pass go bread. Napana other people in compound. No, not to that happen again. I'm afraid of this. I do on television. So we need for fact check the case in itself, and then we need for also look at the the dishonesty of leadership. Make us start with the first one, Khadija. I just want to go to one easy. Political implication, Khadija. North Sierra Leone and with history of coup d'etat and treason trials, fake one the real one now, the executions and all of that. You know the history. And you know the history about the war. What caused the war? If you check now volume 2 of the Truth Reconciliation Commission, their findings, one part of the thing that caused the war, now how the court system is corrupt. People that were outside government, let it get right, as long as they make case with government. People are disgruntled and they make culminated with other issues so many other issues that they make and decide say, you know what? They'll go to bush, they'll go form rebellion. So if them tell and they information very, very difficult for come by. Information very, very difficult for reach. People are able for no say and they take the right. We're not able to talk. We not get much for talk. People then decide that we go to beach. Now bush. What about now? With information they flow left, right, center. And the room, I know what happened at Sierra Leone. The next minute, it happened. So the political implications then they're very, very grave. If you go back, Khadija, you'll find out see most of the reports them on Sierra Leone for last year and this year, we come to a governance, we come to a democracy, we come to rule of law. They're not good. Not to any good news what Israelis will be proud of. The Peace Index, the Bansam transformation report, the several other reports that they come out with, the indications are not good. And if you get a leadership, they don't understand what are the implication politically or anything there. Oh, IMF they give money. Oh, we don't get for it. You're fooling yourself. Because what you do money then, and I trust you to trust the money then. The more you take money from IMF, the more you get conditionality then, where they unbug the people then. They ever do pro-poor programs. They ever do pro-poor programs where they take IMF money. And Sierra Leone, now a poor country. No way we don't hide away from the money. So you therefore understand, say the way country is mapped by themselves, that we get good governance, we get the rule of law, we get good democracy, and in country then, and they see, they send them people that will get money, say una go invest in that country. If then they see them bad reports about Sierra Leone, they know say Sierra Leone not stable, they know say Sierra Leone get fragile peace. What thing they happen? Sierra Leone will reach that point there, Usai, they can't do this right now. Investor they know will come. So what thing happen? We're not going for the raise with your money. So the money we're going to take from the international community, the IMF and others, we in-debt yourself. When you in-debt yourself, it means you take away your independence. The more debt you take, the more the other person where you take debt from gets influenced by the decision when you make in your country. That is not independence. That is not independence. We do not come from that economic system which I will always need to IMF for take money. Sierra Leone will reach a point to say over 70% of the budget that the government of Sierra Leone and the people of Sierra Leone will raise money through investors, through their hard work, the people raise money and meet certain things. The elections in Sierra Leone 2018, government spent over 70% of the money we use for conduct the election. These are billions of millions I talk about. So with the democracy, we did not come very, very far to the point that 2013, 2014, we were inside 2012, 2013, we were inside no less a person than the former president of the United States, Obama, come and single out country like Sierra Leone by how we go with adhering to best practices when it comes to democracy, good governance, and the rule of law. And then at Sierra Leone, I read about a particular coup where they may arrest some military man them, then try them. Imagine, this was a military court. This was a court martial. Then try them, they not find them guilty. They walk away as freemen because we don't hear any political interference. We don't hear nothing like say, oh, the opposition will say, oh, if I'm the man and the president, the influence, the judgment, and this. No, the court make the decision. Now that kind of thing they want for seeing a country. And they give people the confidence, say, I got $1 billion, I'm not going to see, I don't want to invest. Because if the court system good, if they give me right, if something go wrong, what will happen? If me and the government get conflict, we are going to court, I go to get my money back, I go to get justice. But it's the reverse. Sierra Leone then they set back. We don't set back serious one. So that now one of the implications, one of the political implications. And they let the fact check. Maybe when we go down in the talk, we will talk about the issue then the one after the other. But now go to the issue we get for do with this honesty of leadership. If we invite you, Khadija, I'm a host, you come, then you mistakenly broke up, maybe you don't get married, or try I be want you, but you don't want me, then you come and you mistake broke up. Yeah? Then you mistake broke up, what thing I for do? I mean, for tell me, people say, I know I hear voice because I'm a stranger. I mean, invite them, they come find something different. But that kind of leadership they have been expect from President Madabio. We see how you don't go own a political rival who you invite to State House for where you go help you with the fight against Corona. If you are honest president, your task, your duty was to come in between them people and the CID. No, I think that case they have to drop them immediately because I mean invite them and thank God you not harm me. Now just left them, make it go. Because I don't think say it gets any interest around killing me. You for be that the leadership, any president for be that honest. But be able to come say, sorry, I'm not interested in that case. The man left in back door. In fact, say when I able to catch the weapon I hand, okay, let's end the business. But no, I don't have to bring any draw on this kind of issue. But I didn't say the catch weapon I hand. Because the fact of the matter is, you not catch weapon I hand over the weapon. Before, no, as a military man, President Biafra no say, one man maybe go to State House, which I get over 80, 90 military man that will get heavy weapons to go assassinate you. It's just not possible. It just not make sense. So, people then will draw any conclusion when it comes to the jurors, when it comes to the court system. because we don't see a case no day and government they try to make case. So people then go look and say, this either the president or somebody want to take revenge from Parlo Conteh'S, or the prosecution gets some special malice, we make them the bring and come, na court and come put up, they can trump up charges the day, say the man want for commit coup or want for commit treason against the president of Sierra Leone. For me, the president of Sierra Leone or any president in the world for able to rise above that one day. They should be able to rise above that, to come back and say to the people of Sierra Leone, hey, I think this is not a coup. This was not an assassination attempt. Mr. Siali, or whichever you call yourself, let him go. I invited him here to come and help me with the corona fight. Let that relationship continue between us. For me, that I will talk about what I say honesty or dishonesty when it comes to leadership. Because you get power, not mean say you can misuse that power there. Go back to President Madabio. Go back to President Madabio in 2012, where he crossed the former president, Koma, in convoy. Now, Godrich Street. Right there, if President Koma, now one can funny president, or now one can small-hearted somebody, right there, if they put case for Madabio, then they arrest them. But they said, something else don't happen. So Madabio for understand, say, the day when he did as president, it's for a while. I just read, before we start this program, I just read a piece where one journalist in Africa write. Say Madabio's time will pass off. That's like the direct implication of that piece there. The time will pass off. And what will happen? The people that are ready for take power after Madabio, you think they're not going for revenge? You think they're not going for revenge? So, I saw them in neutrality. So, what will happen? The peace plan was put in place since 2002. We shall see after 10 years during President Koma in terms of power, nobody they not kill, nobody they not put in a prison because of what they gonna talk, or jailer because of what he talk. You understand? You don't pull that peace plan there. You don't pull that peace process there. And I think that every Sierra Leonean for able to stand against was say, sorry, the jurors, sorry, Chief Justice, this issue get tendency for break down the peace process in Sierra Leone. I think I don't talk too much. Let us stop so far. The brother himself can inside and
Excellent. Well stated. I love some of the points then where you bring, you take on categorically, you talk about fact checking, dishonesty, and political implication. You further mention the TRC report, where they mention about one section we mention about corrupt court system, and you also talk about good governance, rule of law, and good democracy. You also give an example of the 2012 incident having to do with the former president, Dr. Ines Baikoroma, in convoy, where we sitting presidents been go and make something out of it, make a gesture where if na aim in that position, from what we gather is that inside in this situation, in this same allegation as that of retired Major Parlo, where go be an allegation of treason, but because of peace sake, because of peace and the peace sake and the betterment of the country, the then president decide Italian Senate and then let him go. So then you brought some salient points back up with some authentic evidence then for backup you stand. So thank you, sir. So now bring Pastor Commander. Then I will bring with Mr. P-Man. Do you have patience with sir? Thank you. Yes, Pastor Commander, you mute again. Check your device again. It seems like your volume there low. Yes, we hear you now.
I think I mute me.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ms. Khadija. I believe to say, by the special grace of God, I am so happy for being part of this program today. And I believe it is timely because for quite a long time, some of we also will go along with the choosing trials of retired Major Parlo Conteh'S and Sierra Leone. I say, as me brother like this, say, you see, those days has gone. We can say true not true, true not get any bend or neither any wrong side. But I believe I can always analyze things on my own way as a spiritual leader that if only we can look at the choosing trials of Return Major Parlo Conteh'S, I believe it not deserve that. According to media analysis and the spiritual arena and also even the political arena, I believe Return Major Parlo Conteh'S it not deserve these trials where it will undergo today. You know, I don't know what I can estimate people go share another way around. I believe that the whole nation, myself here, I can always say, Major Parlo Conteh'S might do a little bit of mistake, as I can always say that me as somebody who want to say an important person in the country, where I first say somebody don't miss me 110, you don't miss me 210. Then at the end of the day, that person she don't do like today. He say, well, me I need peace with this person where I belong miss 1 or 210. I call her into a very important issue towards the nation fight, you know, towards this COVID-19 coronavirus. I believe it was the reason why Mr. Parlo Conteh'S been there in the State House. You see, if this thing happen, of course, I can always say Mr. Parlo Conteh'S was invited by the president, but I can pull a variable. I say, like one who say, as an enemy to me, and he always pass me, he get the power pass me now. Like I can say, Paul would invite cockroach in country. Then why is I not say Paul they always destroy me, always they beat me, always they consume me, always they eat me. Then one day the first leader say, well, let me peace with this malapa and meet. Then cockroach go a good net inside a pocket or head by himself. He said because Paul make peace with me, they call me today for go. So I believe that can try us. They mean no good one because I know you can't post to go meet. Even though you do in a very genuine manner, because the person I believe say Major Parlo Conteh'S get away from being a licensed weapon and it is mandated towards the laws of the country. Even though to post alone everywhere in the world, somebody get right for carry a licensed weapon, way for to defend himself. And I believe that was the confidence where Major Parlo Conteh'S get we're gonna state out because he was once a great man in the country that in just sense say never walk alone without being offensive. So I believe say sorry without defensive materials. You see all those things. So I believe that is why the man can go in that peaceful manner. But look at that. It also that the man handed over in peaceful to security. But as I say, when somebody don't hate, they don't hate. They don't pay you 1 time, pay you 2 days, miss you. 3, he invites you. Then it goes his small fault for you. Believe me, now it will take as somebody or as something against you. It will say, oh, this Nana don't stop sick over. And I believe that's not the particular thing where the SW government, President Bio, they use right now against Parlo Conteh'S. One thing I want to say here about the president and the entire cabinet ministers or the entire SW government in these days, we get what we call apologetic in theology. We also get in Greek language who call logaya, about the freest of human being, about how human being for day on earth. Whenever you get an emotional feeling for somebody, whenever you get a love for somebody, we get let me say in the Bible, the Bible says it says hate brings destruction and love overlooks all destructions. When you like somebody, even though if you do bad, believe me, it oversight. It oversight any bad way you are against you. So in the price of Major Parlo Conteh'S, it not deserve them at all, at all. I get a video where I've been listening about the daughter of Major Parlo Conteh'S about the jewels and way and say and take $20,000 each for just for found Paulo Conte guilty. I believe that is just an allegation. Because when I get that video and I ask myself, I say for say the president don't sell Paulo Conte in life just for $20,000. You know, so all those things, and even the Israelis also involved in buying the life of Major Paulo Conte just for $20,000. How Montaman could do so? And I believe say the Israelis then they are not appointed by president for any cabinet issues. They are appointed by themselves by the laws arena. So I believe say if matters like that happen, now the more the nation, the whole world look at for say last say. So if an allegation like this they go say their own money for just for lost some money in life, I can ask myself if those people not get for that, if they not get for that, for where you owe money for kill a company man, where be say you don't even know how God make up. So in that manner, I always believe say we need the entire country, Salon people involved into this matter. We call on the international community, of course, all parts of the world that let everybody be involved into this matter. That yes, this let it happen in the country. At least you know we take political issue and put up a life issue, of course. In this world, we give a free God. That is why I like one music where I appreciate if I don't play on post today before I believe say when the program go start. Where one of the greatest old musicians in the country, when last night sheriff, what they call Steady Boom.
Yes.
He got a very track where he make very recently about what is seen at the nation where they happen now. The song goes like this. He said, let power not fool you. You know, let power not fool you. And I get for belief say this particular message of last night sheriff, it means something a lot. He sing the music. Now waiting is seen at the country that power don't fool today. The people who elect at the country, wait for government, wait for guide me, wait for protect me, but the power don't blind their eyes. They only believe say whatever that they do, that the right thing or whatever the people do, they can do them because of they get power. But failure to know say tomorrow they say get for left that same place wouldn't they? And what thing about for let us to then know when ministers talk to the president that the chair what she done, now other possibly she done yesterday. And today now then she done it. And we also know say they said get for left that chair another people get for come take over that chair. So if they get that kind of feeling, emotional and structural thinking inside them, I believe they will think and they will know exactly what they do. If we really they say Paulo Conte guilty, I believe they use them veto because they get power and power don't blind them. The truth is not inside them anymore. They try to do it into a political hate. And the fact that because they say if this man now be a long time powerful man in this country, now what can be in this case? If we left him tomorrow, it will become a grudge. That is the aspect where they go right now. That anyhow this man is not guilty, but Lord make him become a great person. But we say maybe we say we like to pray. That's the aspect where they undergo right now. Because they say if this man does not punish him, they come prisoner for 2-3 months today. If anything they pull him, they still get the fairness say how to go retaliate against them. But knowing that the man, at one time I've listened to a message they say, ain't like a God hearing Christian, I possibly forgive. So I believe all what he wants, now for let God free and outside a elected day. All what they think about him, for say, Paulo, if we left him, they would do this. That's just an allegations against the man. But one for tell the entire nation say, we get to rise up and beg for justice. Those days has gone, we kill Montaman and left so. Okay, Montaman elect office. Let the government know say they are the leaders of that country, and where every Salon person in life day na the hand. So I believe say they get the right for protect every saloon person in that country. But if today major power content in case like this, me I talk to the government that made them get that feeling, made them say in life, they made them say that somebody will work for that country. Made them say tomorrow we set we get for left this power. Tomorrow, if we sell this power, what thing they will do against with all these things what will they do? Even though yes, we get the power, but they get the right to oversight other offenses for the interest of peace in the country, for the interest of Mama Salome. But if I believe that they use them to power, talking to the judges, talking to the jurors, at least for let them come together and found the man guilty, I believe that not very well. Many say things they get for that, and many say things say, "Ake, ake." The tell when ake they come for you, you people understand. Today you could write a fine for you, but tomorrow when it will turn against you, you don't understand. Now make we let's not contest. Let's not share put on music for them. Let not allow let power pull them. We don't have many in the country. What did they happen? We don't see plenty. We don't see many killings. We don't see a lot of things that would happen in the country. And we, I believe, say, as leaders, as protective arms for the nation, we've got a point for them. Because I can tell people that say, leader is from God. And how they say, either do you know with the power or whatever. I hear at the speech of father as pastor, I only believe, say, if one want to let you win power or any seat in the country as a highest party, God will give people who can support you, even if they win, or you support us. My God, any kind of thing where you people do, you don't have to be. So, but God can the leadership for a reason. Then call them, but foot, got hand, all kind of bad things. If today you don't get the power, if I let it defend itself from that particular statement, will it be called up? Then I want to talk say, except the government don't put themselves inside the people and be put there, or say then I kill them. You know, so I believe. If I can talk to them, they can try to free themselves from that arena, from becoming killers, from becoming troublemakers, and of course, many become peacemakers and bad status of peace in the nation. And I believe if they come so, the whole nation will get grace, you will get peace, you will get joy. But they appeal to the president today that Major Parlo Conteh'S is not deserve prison trials. They might all have all things because he got weapons and in office. Anyway, it's not possible for a single-handed man go with a coup or a go for go kill a president. Why they got all kind of weapons like the state house. When that man will not say, yeah, me one. If I fail, I will die. I can ask myself if the man not alive. But let him want to be eventual or go assassinate a president when in one go. Incessant for acting set nigga life. But the fact is this, they hide the truth. All what they say so they still understand very well. Because it's not possible for a single-handed man or an ordinary pistol to assassinate a president. It's not possible. They themselves know that. But just because of political influence, political hate, neither individual hatred when they get against major power content, I believe that is why today things are going like this. And also, I believe that is a threat. When they get over the man, it's like then the fear them say it could do them this, it could do them that. But one time the man tell them is that when I was in power, I hold very important positions in the country as the defense minister, as an internal minister, and not do all those things when I like this because maybe President Bio in a part of the people yesterday will be overthrew Momo. And this Momo now the uncle of our country. So this are the thing that we then gather that is why a power country go speak people go overthrow or go kill or go assassinate the president. Now that angle they don't look at that. But I believe Major tell him plain, I am a Christian, meaning a person with an unforgiving spirit. So intelligence say in no time like that at all. So may appeal to the president and the entire judges, the judges, may they see reasons, may they know see this again to die. May they see say yes, this man not deserve this. This man need freedom, and of course, make them free and by this person because if I can talk about my for talk, just stop there for now. I believe, narration.
Thank you so much. Well stated, sir. I just want to give a recap of the side and where you touch. You make an emphasis, say the true, not true. Retired Major Parlo not deserve this. And you also say, you look and say maybe there's a mistake somewhere wherein if somebody already don't miss you once, twice, then obviously you for be careful. So you look and say, sir, that this incident on his own side, it could be a mistake, and you give the example of cockroach and fowl or fall. And you also make an emphasis, say, you get the right for carry a weapon, obviously given the obvious of the nature of in title way but on whole prior to this administration. You also make an example of people them around the world like Usayude or here Usawide then gets the right for carry their own personal weapon. You also make an emphasis on the alleged money when they pay to the juror. Like again, we are trying to be credible, but we must speak against certain things that were the yeri, and we must bring about concerns. So again, we use the word alleged for say it's alleged that them jurors then they have been given a substantial amount towards this case, whether it's true or not to we place. But again, as concerns Sierra Leoneans, we they come and talk about that. You encourage every Sierra Leoneans for get involved because obviously this not critical thing where it be say if we encourage it now, it will be a vicious cycle for any other governments where they come. I assume that's what you mean. And then you also remind the sitting administration and the current sitting president say power need to last forever. So now we be careful, and then you make reference to we musician when Mr. Lansana Sharif, commonly known as Steady Bongo, one of in wonderful tune where he pulled not so long ago, where they remind the politician they indirectly say power need to last forever. Now he make an emphasis on promoting peace and oneness and national cohesion. You also make an emphasis in this current administration be the peacemaker or the ambassador of peace, especially with the fact that they get so many blame of past events for say they don't get the tag, say they are killers or whatever the case may be. So they then try for reverse that negative narrative to a positive one, and this not an opportunity for them to change that. You also discourage, obviously you make an emphasis on how you call for now we go get anything as killing we don't happen in the past, and we all they pray as Sierra Leoneans that this not going to be the case by the grace of the Almighty. So I go agree with you on that as well. You also talk about where you say hake where they go say kama, let them put that into consideration, say basically anything where you do to somebody, possibility say it will come back again and bite you. You also make an emphasis on the fact that obviously there's a concern by the current administration because of the strength of retired Major Parlo, and hence the reason why they are concerned or afraid or intimidated by his strength. And but at the same time, retired Major Parlo make and clear say in a Christian, get no intention of waiting and they even try for accuse them of. I hope say I don't kind of like try for paraphrase what you just say to the very best of my ability. If there's any correction, let me know before I call in the next panelist.
Yeah, you're right.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So
yeah, God bless you. Yeah.
You're welcome, sir. And and God bless you as well. I want to call on Mr. Pima and Yusuf come and give your own submission or your own point of view of this whole thing before Mr. They come in.
Okay, thank you, Sister Khadija, and the rest of the two panelists on the and I don't clear.
Yes, well, you fine, sir. Go ahead.
Because one thing I can always say, power not to lifetime property. Power is come and go. Then we know they now the 70s again, then at the 2000s, this technology, then I will think that it. You understand? This thing is simple. If all the country go to that place to go with weapons, when I get security camera, when they prove everything wrong or right now, it will make it so easy for everybody. The state house, they're getting a CCTV camera with my certain color. They get them, they front it.
If when the talk of that man go, if the one bypass the security post inside of the chapter or go for the meeting, why make that particular moment when not close the camera? Then back again, when I say this man can assassinate the president, when I don't take him with a weapon, when I left him, go na go. Then the next day, when I say for me to carry a report, first where they go assassinate the president, inside that moment where they say that, now they did not come down. That is one point. Then the man go for go to the president, the another weapon is gone to una for say, I just a weapon and before he goes to the stand in my face, he say, I just a weapon. Now the briefcase is going to the one go to car boss. I don't want to let you inside the motor una only there is a weapon here. Then una hold the weapon, una let the man if you don't want the long bench, they wait for the president. Then now the other guy comes when I'm chief security. He say, this talk nothing we don't get on our so make we know we are not far, waiting we say and say. They say me forget about the talk. Then the guy is talk out, make all my money and make Parlo Conteh'S, go for the meeting. The first we go for the assassinate the president to una don't take out weapon at the moment for una weapon. We are sending meetings over to go and we got 3 times a day. Then the next morning, una send us people make the family a statement and fear. When you don't even say to that it's a game play, that it's a political game, you understand? This case, when they talk about, because in our end, when the defense access, they made us move the camera. They say the camera not got a memory. How? So one more take out, they get a CCTV camera, we don't get better memory card, where they keep better for everybody, where they go there. That is the thing. Then, on a take the man from the trial, on a house and a state house, make the man can talk, make the man can see how to go inside, outside. It's not to go. It's coming at the court. It go, it's share on everything, on a go back. This thing, now, this one is talk for Sierra Leone, it's not for the 15 and the 60s, 11 and 2000. Because the police state, that camera for don't prove everything wrong or right. Because we get so many judge them, we get so many defenders them, now social media, we say everybody is how we know. I don't think I can always say, what's up good, now blind eye group, because you don't know who you talk to, all man just know who they wouldn't talk to. But the fact is this, you understand? The CCTV camera for them can take everything down. When I'm in the defense, they ask for it, and I prove this thing to them. If this man bypass the thing, or otherwise, you know, bypass the talk, you understand? Because of even the witness, we can testify. The talk say, when it comes to Parlo Conteh'S say that, Mammy get this weapon, I don't give the guy, the chief security tell us, okay, no worry about that. After the meeting, we will talk about that. But maybe it's not go on the side. Because when I ask them, when the chief security takes for this, make everything die out. Because in that people the man get any intention for can do any bad. You understand? But when I left the man, the first worker assassinate was the Leoneans. Then the next day when I get invite flight, when I go to say we don't go make a military coup. But it's that political game they have to. The only thing I want to say, power not to lifetime property. Then they still Parlo Conteh'S today, but there is more Parlo Conteh'S that they will come. They will stand. They will face the event for waiting happens. Yes, we don't see them waiting happens with damage America. We don't identify the state action waiting before. We don't want many things to be seen again as alone. You understand? This thing, when people talk about the money, give them $10,000, $20,000 for 12 years. And when they just talk to I'm not to believe that that will happen. I'm not I did a question mark. But if you go sacrifice, if President Leo they go sacrifice $120,000, no, yes, $120,000 if the mathematics right. For that kill somebody, for just So we don't find this person guilty. Then person in the way hold that money. Make a conscious. If the cost, they will get money from an enjoy $20,000. It's a lot of money. But one thing, if they make you rich for the rest of your life, you will see the rest of my life will take $40,000. You could get that conscious with you will sleep and wake say, oh wow. We just have this mother can buy for just $20,000. You understand? Once you need to talk, you will learn and get come up a civil war. And make me not go back inside that we belong. Because when I conflict with them, we will see intimidation. But for this particular thing, let's say they gave the president. Because this stuff everything lies to the president. And in just for cut and stop, the fire waiting the two brothers and talk. When somebody wants to cut your own neck, you can ask them a money to wait me to your arrest. You understand? And I tell you, the record.
That's okay.
Wait till you are arrest, you understand? And I'm interested. If so, you won't be selfish. The right not from two fellows, you don't go to CID. They arrest them, two fellows, inside this particular regime. You go to CID, it's come over. Then you call them, it's come. The man of the security, as a former defense minister, they can support for that security in town. You're not going to say, the other security, the full security on the other security now in weapon. In life in weapon, we do decide. Even the president, you say, Parlo content, not the what I will decide that weapon, when I need all the defense. But the moment can declare that public state, now the weapon, just also in the camera, America, within Alaska. When they go back to the you get the weapon for you don't go give it to them. You don't free. You free. You don't have to say you're not going to harm. But this political games weapon they play is bad for Sierra Leone. Because this is not the boundary system for Sierra Leone. When they play, they still everything there for the president. When the president look for say, I will get that blame for say, oh, this, you don't see, you don't make this. I will say no. Make it conscious. What we see. Because we see for the justice in Sierra Leone, the way the talk will combine. Now, from the other, from the above, when I don't even play with system in Sierra Leone, when I don't make one of the fear justice for the landman, if I was to oversee my yasso, fear justice go the flame still go come up. Because people are going to say no. The dread is that, you know the other men that put down and enjoy in the day. You know they know them. Because the way they people get access to internet to get information. And when Sierra Leone are waiting and one flying, waiting the other from the above one information happen and things will happen. We don't plead when they plead. And they plead to the president. Make sure it think twice before they make this decision. In a man of God, in a man now informal military colleagues, they work together. We are all brothers and sisters. This particular thing makes it a right thing out for me peace in Sierra Leone. But many talk and say if they take Parlo concept in life and justice way, there is more Parlo concept. Now two political parties in Salon, when APC, SLPP, and let's take SLPP don't say APC get to come back now power. When they come now power, then they repeat the same thing back again, it will happen. Then they do it down again. So make we don't come out of 10 years civil war. Make the president look. Because in the day around world is the press, you know it's not good or bad. Make it just take this state enough is enough. This thing, let a lot of people let it not go. You know, it's clear I want to speak to everybody. So now I just cut this stuff. We cannot go too long because the one more thing way for stop this matter wrong that camera. Because Parlo country talker, I give me camera, I give me gun, I come up, I go to the meeting, I come. What will go assassinate somebody? Unless I make it good and you go sleep, the next day when I take time report. What now you don't say for saying there is political something behind it. 106. Okay. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, sir. Now recap what you say. Mr. Piman make an emphasis on the CCT camera where he believes say then for them make it available for the courts for them do further decision making but from in submission it say them stated that the CCT camera or the memory card can full. We also don't hear it say something they say, then we say lighting up in day. So it's two conflicting statements. So then in a one, it also say that they left the retired Major Parlo for now he go home. Then again the reassurance say everything is okay. The chief security guy being make and clear say nah, this situation not go beyond that place the way it happened, and again assurance say nah, go home. Unfortunately then we invite him back to CID. And prior to that, he also make a statement say when retired Major Paulo come in, he hand over in gun, and how you call them, they also give him a seat for he sit down, where basically then say he relax, give him the confidence, say everything is okay, blase blase. And then he also make an emphasis given a scenario say we're not there in the 60s anymore, this not in the 2000, but it appears as if we're still there in the 60s. He also say that if we allowed or the system allow retired Major Paulo for be killed by this government, make we remember say there's two main political parties in Salon, when are the APC and the SLPP, and if this happen, there is a possibility say the other regime will come back again, and it will be a vicious cycle. So we as Sierra Leonean will for raise with voice in unison, and for now we make sure say we speak against this unfortunate thing where we all they watch as they unfold. And also it make an example of the civil war, you know, when we go back days. So basically it a plead, he used the word plead to the president or whoever they in charge of this case. For now we how you call him, now we think wisely for now this man in life not lost by this thing. And then he also make an example of something what we don't share now one of now we platform with Facebook platform say retired Major Paulo. This not the first time, on two different occasions that we don't bring an a CID for basically the investigate and drop the case, investigate, drop her. So this unfortunately now in third I call them incidents where happen where them puts parent this treason. They say now we think twice, and basically I hope say I don't kind of like paraphrase you as to the best of my ability. If I miss anything or add anything wrong, please correct me before we go further.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Wonderful.
It's okay.
So I want now we go back again, like how Mr. Wege say we now we try to address this in three different fold. Now we go back again and how you call expand a little bit more on fact checking. The fact checking, which basically you don't elaborate on how you call where go be an example of the CCT camera many Sierra Leoneans them where I concern Sierra Leonean, and we look at this on a national and a patriotic point of view, not on a political point of view. Again, now we look at the interests of Sierra Leone and Sierra Leonean as a whole. If you are looking at it as a say, hey, this also belong to your political party, or it happen to you, it happens not to be your family member, then you must think twice, because waiting affect me. I'm a firm believer of waiting affect one, affect we as a whole. It may not necessarily be that way now, but then let's say God forbid, like how Mr. P-Man say, if the next regime come again, whoever that may be, not only God know, and the vicious cycle continue, the masses now they suffer, not to only the one where they in a prestige position, then gets them passports and ready for fly, or left the scene at any time, at any given time they are protected, or whatever the case may be. But make we look at it at a national level, point of view, not on a political point of view. And now we also put into consideration, say, this man also, now people picking. Yes, okay, many go look and say, in the case that there could a possibility say, okay, don't make mistake, but if, again, when I get the one-on-one on a daughter, and many people, and they say this not a normal routine in terms of carrying his weapon from even the last administration. So, they look and say, it go na a form of mayhem, or na thing we go there against protocol, or whatever the case may be. Like I say, if we look on the religious aspect, me being a Muslim, Islam say we they judge by the intention. If you want to give somebody money, you not get time, but just the fact that you think of it, the Almighty Allah don't bless you already. So again, now we look at it, say if the intention was there, why would he even submit or he hand over the weapon? So that's now one thing I wanna we expand on. And again, why is it that the CCT camera is not being made available for the defense team or for the court as a whole? I want to come back in, Mr. Weresey.
Thank you very much, Khadija. And I like the way the brother them talk about this particular issue. You know, you bring somebody where the pastor we can preach or we can tell me exactly within the Bible say within religious people and go look at them. But here we are dealing with the law. You see, I don't say this before. I don't say on national television, na Sierra Leone. I don't say I'm on radio several times. I believe say Sierra Leone waste money on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Sierra Leone has not reconciled. We get a long way for go when it comes to reconciliation. We get a long way for go when it comes to reconciliation. If we been truly don't reconcile, then can't hear nothing happen again in our society. Because I mentioned earlier, these are the building blocks that culminated, that caused the 11-year war. These are the building blocks. So for me, leadership is about honesty. That is why I'm not afraid for talking today, I'm not afraid for talking tomorrow, no side. President Madabio na possible not get respect for, na possible not believe in. I respect the office well because na the highest office in the land. But hey, this guy, na we get bad heart, na we dishonest, na we they harbor grudge. When you look at Madabio, you listen when they talk, na in quiet moment, you understand say na possible they harbor grudge. And there's nothing good what Madabio ever do for Sierra Leone. There is nothing good. However, you don't bless, forget political power. Pastor, commander point amount. We know you for all the bad things them that you passed. You skeleton, you cupboard full of skeleton. When you come, God don't give you opportunity for take power. Now you responsibility, you get place for tell the people of Sierra Leone, what they think about me, what they feel about me, it was all lie. Oh, well, then and day, I've been get power under an undemocratic regime, or I've been in a system who say, now they way they did go for manage yourself. If you get opportunity now, for make you prove that to Sierra Leoneans, even the one they win at SLPP, make I tell you this, Khadija. Even the one the winner SLPP, strong SLPP people, they talk to me, they don't say the whole thing, now set up. They don't say there's nothing good will come out of President Madabio in governance because he's not a honest man. Honestly, something we just play time, we can just look at this is politics. No, it is not politics. You get to be a honest person for you hold that kind of office and manager. There's nothing. I don't waste myself for bleed. And that is a mistake. That is a mistake that a lot of APC make, with a whole Parlo, for good begin to say, oh, President Kuma, sorry for President Madabio, sorry for that. That was the greatest mistake. Not to the kind person. Madabio, not to the kind person. He's just different. In fact, now that he capitalized on. So, oh, they like to say this man don't do, but we see people that say they big for them. And at that, I think, say, the APC never stop. People are going to call on Madabio for ask the court for release Parlo and others for go scot-free because they did nothing wrong under the law. President Madabio get responsibility for be fountain of honor. He get responsibility to be fountain of honor. Now Sierra Leone, now in the able for keep true, now in the able for make sure say the thing that way bad against any citizen. Now Sierra Leone, it not happen to them. Now in the uphold the country together. So if he reach that point, we say if we make decision, he make for make decision, I think say I get serious problem with that day. And for me, that is always now that me don't think about Madabi, and of course, now that you don't prove to me and to all man really follow and say he's just not honest, he just get by that, he's just different, he's not a leader. He's not a leader type.
1 second, we get a call.
Go back.
Sorry, sir. Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television. Kindly identify yourself, please. Okay, so go ahead, sir. Okay, 1 second. Another person.
Go back to what P-Man say.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Orisi. Sorry, sir. Call the coming. I think then the call for Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television. Kindly identify yourself, please.
Yes, Mr. Khadija, good evening. This is now
Good
Mohammed
evening.
Biko from Maryland.
Okay, Mr. One of we executive.
Yeah.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Yes, man. I just want buttress. I don't ever see somebody who talk straight to power like Mr. Waiting. I don't describe Madam Bill the right way. That guy you look at anything old way don't look for salon. Just like what Mr. Waiting say. I just make a call. Let people know who brainwash this thing or anything. Madam Bill not ever do anything good for that country. Madam Bill not get no good intention. A 2-time cookies. You know, it make good twice. The somebody too, when they say election before peace, they say peace before election. They make people lose their limbs then at that course with that 1996 election. Man, they don't stand against everything productive in that country. You know, you don't do all the wrong doing in rain. Even Chicago don't prove on many occasions. They don't cite this guy, the evil way don't commit to that country. You don't lose that country. You don't embezzle. You don't lose lives. You don't betray. You don't undermine the country. You don't do all the odds. You don't use words there. Like when Mr. Wege said, he said, "Where you know a leader, you know a fountain of honor." When they say fountain of honor, now somebody we get dignity. We get truth. Somebody we get moral capacity. For you to look for every way, stop for every way, things for every care for the least man of the country. Let me then give that honor, all fountain of honor. For every better for the least man of the society. The guy is not trustworthy. You know, there's nothing good way to go for salon. I don't know. You know, like country, salon like country where we say, really, we don't really reconcile, we don't really the truth and reconciliation, no make no effect now we like. The person that we say. We are on a time bomb. What make us say so? If we country don't really go through the truth and reconciliation, we don't forget people like Marabu for go to treat that country. That is sad events will not ever happen at the top list every day. The coming of Marabu being a president of that country was past the revenue of what we get. If we not get them, if we not get people who stand up to that guy, they tell us the truth. Yeah, I do. Because government will get vision, will get program. They need to waste their time parenting there. Therefore, busy they work for the country, government brings them. But they don't get no vision, no nothing, no get. They don't get nothing. They will just intimidate people. They don't know where they feel threats. They're so jittery. They're so. It's a sad thing. This coming of Madabi, we don't endorse impunity in that country. We don't endorse impunity. We don't kill morality in that country. The way they see the country, the way they go. Even religious leaders, they don't lost the duty. You as a fountain of honor. Madabi during the campaign, it gets people that will get gone with the guy that we do not ever get security clearance in that country. But Ariskoma left him because now it's fountain of honor. Not because they're weak. But today, it's one try for come with the society together. It is try for keep the peace. You know, when man they in control, but people like this and Skoma be weak, now in control, mother, you know, so when they reconcile a country, they didn't come back. It's all people they sing, when they do all the left, there's all not sing, not relax. Only the country reconcile. But this guy, the coming of Marabuna is costos real. The coming always say, it's actually not getting nothing good to put on for that country. But still, the people that counter back and they make it's a sad event. This we are on a time bomb. Seriously, if anything happens to this Paulo Gaya, na step to na powder keg when they go expose and explode na that country. And this guy no get no remorse. But we no get nothing for lose. You know, get nothing. Una for remind me when we back this interview. That guy will cause the worst trouble in that country where people will suffer because of the new wickedness. The guy not a leader, he not get no more than compass, he don't get no quality of a leader. Now he cost to Sierra Leone. What have you? Now the big time because now he just exposed the way out. All the things that we don't get from Tijan Kabati to an Espuma, we don't go back, we don't go 20 years back. Seriously. They don't get nothing, no vision, no day. All what they do now for we don't have a political opponent there. Because vision no day, no program, no day, nothing, no the way they do. So I just want to commend Mr. Ori who is that I not ever see somebody know we know the issue, we don't talk straight today. I've been listening at Semika way, but the way don't talk. Not of you will hide, not you will open, be the member of SMBP. Man, they don't cause mayhem for them. This now is just a powerful group of people there. You know, where the international community use, where the West use for country a government where don't get a tragedy already. That guy don't call him that anti-corruption. The guy in London in the safe heaven, we don't even forbidden fear for camp, but the guy come. He can't alone. They don't intimidate her, they don't do all kinds of things for corruption, is that investigation. Now look at the kind trivial, look at the kind this man called play cook, where government of get vision. You know, but now invite the man at the place. Everybody knows say the man get for body. Then if you know the man don't go one meeting, they know say the man get called, he get your personal weapon. Oh, when the man go after they left the man go now house. That now when they call for evidence, then tangible evidence, they say CCTV, you see how it does downgrade the integrity of the country. That guy is not fit to be a fountain of honor. Not somebody they will bring people in together. That's somebody who is very chaotic in nature. And doing a rain, Salon for always going to be a chaotic state until that man they come on that place. So now my contribution,
I want to thank you, sir. Thank you for your submission. Mr. Werite, sorry about the interruption. And you can go ahead and respond. You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Sise. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it make a very, very strong point there. And I think now that kind of way, not forget about politics, not forget about political party, but that kind of way for the look at Sierra Leone. For me, go back to what Pima they talk about. If they say this person, they commit one of the highest offense now the land, when a treason, if you're able to prove beyond all reasonable doubt. I tell the jurors them. I tell you about the jurors in Sierra Leone. Waiting for that case. We know them, we know their names them, we know their families, we know how they live in Sierra Leone, and we know say they know say this case, Parlo will not commit anything like treason. We know that one day. So if allegations they come about money with one for bribe them, we they wait for see how the case they done. Kadijama tell you the other intelligence will gather. Mother be promise and say, not them just find the man guilty, he will pardon her. So I ask a question. Why make in the first place, you not tell CID say, when I drop that case, that man not get nothing for answer and he call him. You understand? Why make you not tell CID, we go old Parlo, say when I drop that case, hey, I know why you read that kind of rubbish in my place. When I drop that case, I know why you read. You know, what do you mean for not feel like, for not say, why they don't change? Other people will get bad record about you. For them say, hold on, this man I think say is a different man now. So I think say we need to forgive him. So because if you don't read that kind of case, I see how they want make that kind of case the day. They don't tell the CID say, no, when I drop that case, if you don't begin hold him at high esteem, no, a small thinking man. That small thinking man. So for them go tell the jail they say, I just found I'm guilty. We go pardon him. It's fake. It's a lie. He want for kill him. And trust me, I didn't mark you, the jailers them. Let me piece you right this morning or yesterday. I tell the jailers them say the peace of Sierra Leone is then at the hand. For the make or break of that country in peace, it is at the hand. Either the money they don't give them, if not true, so they give them money, or they take Sierra Leone as a country, because there's no way There's no way, nowhere in this world where they will be free from that bad name they say, that they pass that judgment, we kill people, the innocent one. And I will tell you again, say, when other governments come, Madabio, we fumble them, and the people who participate in that government, they therefore go after them. How long will we continue with this vicious cycle? How long? How long? Why waffle? Make sure say Sierra Leone always get the bad name when it comes at the international community.
Get another call. And I sorry, and I get another. I come quick. Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television. Kindly identify yourself, please. Sorry, Mr. Werite.
Good evening to you, Khadija, and good evening to the panelists. Them, Mina Prophet Pasheki.
Good evening, sir.
Aspirant flag bearer for the All People's Congress Party, and by God's grace, Sierra Leone's next president. I don't watch this show now. Listen, very wonderful one. I thank Mr. Warrington and others there. I want to weigh in on this matter, Yasu. I don't make it clear, see, me not to a fan of Madabio, but what I'm about to say here has nothing to do with my not being a fan of his. President Bill, if he is left unchecked, he will do what he do pass out in a saloon. This president Yazo, he used in power to silence the rights of the people them, the voice of the people them. Nowadays is so far from democracy, so far from it. Because a democracy is a nation where the people are supposed to have the power. We have seen cases upon cases where they lock journalists up. Me and I also had to talk to journalists them. And then they tell me they're free. You know. This president Jasu, he don't put the law. He will never put the law ahead of your morality. Or maybe say immorality. He has no respect for law at all. Now, imagine if when APC come into power, we say follow the pattern of Paupa. How do we feel? If we catch on that. You know, how do we feel? Do they imagine that one day? Have they thought about that? Are they concerned about that? You know, every day we see over the support justice. This president now wants to put election to 2024. You know, everything he took an oath. Na stadium or na the Blue. He took an oath for promote, protect, and to further our constitution. And if anybody now should be charged for treason, it should be Madabio and not Parlo Conteh'S. This man will create a national insecurity in a saloon, a crisis of Herculean proportions then. A national woman afraid down a saloon. Pastors then afraid. When you say one, then afraid. Even now, says I'm dealing with the case where they lock one pick up na CID. Isaac Kamara. They lock out because why? He buys SIM card for a sister with the Kuwait. Then we talk about political issues then. They lock out for that. Even though he get paid, they refuse for me to pay the money for pull up. You see how? President Bio, they abuse of power, they undermine democracy. And I want to say this to the international community, that some of us have lost faith. Yes, we tell God thank you for doing our money. But we have lost faith in UNA, the British, UNA all. Because these were the same people them we monitor with 2018 elections. And they people say APC win the election. The evidence is crystal clear. But nevertheless, they agree say the elections were free and fair. And then like today, they support Madabio. So me they wonder now, going down the line 2023, if in 2018 they oversee an election where APC win clearly, as we evidenced by members of parliament and whatever, what do you know will do come next election? And me, the advocate that Salon we don't want no international intervention in our elections. We want to monitor real elections then. When the time comes, we want APC to monitor the box them, SLPP, NGC, we don't want no Ghana mandate. We don't want no British mandate, none of them. Because they all get their own interest for their own countries then. So this is how I feel. And I pray say that one of these days just so Madam Bio will face in the court. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pasheki. Thank you. I know say Mr. Wery said in middle of saying one or two things. So I want to
just conclude that one day, then my brother will carry say.
Sure.
Yeah. Because I think the people myself one coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
One coming small.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about this CCTV camera evidence. For me, it is so simple. This person said this, the other person said that one day. What you want to do as a prosecution? Because we have a responsibility for proof beyond all reasonable doubt. That's not the word for proof beyond all reasonable doubt. Not to the defense in responsibility that one day. Now, if I don't bring that CCTV camera footage safe now, court. So now look at. But I said today, now me peaceful right. I say if when I go meet Parlo Conteh'S with the bag, say now you bag this sir, if it is denied, if you don't see CCTV camera, long footage, long term, because then we have a proof and say yes, now in bag and I left on a security post. So for me, that is dishonesty. One man not the organized school. He unprecedented. We not ever area in Sierra Leone. For the one man grab it, gone we don't register since 2017. So if you not register, I gone in 2017 because now but not the older Amanda will say they register the gun for the Parlo go kill. They gone there register since 2017. Neither be not be president yet. How Parlo do they think say neither be go for be president for them go register gun, then 10 and day for can kill them. Two, the gun where Mara be able to register 2017, he go change them. He take a smaller gun. He say this gun is too big for me. So that gun way smaller for I use for go assassinate a whole president who say you get 80 security man that they armed to the teeth. No. So the jurors them, we get for put them and we go put them to them, we're going to tell them say we know say the case na fallacy. There is no case against Parlo and then other man them. Because the evidence where the prosecution bring kind of court, people may try to point that one day out. They say Parlo how he get grudge for President Marabio because Marabio that they make coup. That in fact that they tell him. You understand that they tell him in fact. Say that because Amada they make coup against Parlo in Onkul in 1992. That make Parlo get grudge. That can imagine that kind of weak evidence, that kind of weak because they have a proof intent. What did Parlo tell them? Parlo tell them say, hey, I don't be defense minister, not a deputy defense minister. I don't be defense minister in Sierra Leone. I don't be internal affairs minister in Sierra Leone. Neither do they come and come on at this country freely, the kind you want. I get power, I get money all around me, we get arms and ammunition. I not ever attempt, I never go near myself. Why I have to take 10 rounds pistol? You understand? So that evidence it just kill himself right there. It just kill himself right there. If I did not go for this man, now I get power. So what did they do? Parlo in honesty, now they use against them. People that say, oh, he make mistake when go see the president. No, now a honest man, we want for South Sierra Leone. Then we left for look at them thing they had like say, now God can't tell you say, no, this popularity right. The president now call you say, we don't get pandemic. Trouble down for us Sierra Leone. What will they do? Mr. Parlo, you get experience by this fight. You are calm. The that man for good. Me think say if for been good. If you go there and go listen to the president in call and go answer to the president in call, but that not mean say the president for take advantage of that for make allegation against them. So the fact that every citizen for tell the GO say Parlo no get case, every citizen, everybody, whether in a SFP or APC, because there is a tomorrow, we get for come out and tell them say Parlo no get case, release a gonna post. If the GOs them based on the kind frivolous evidence where we see the prosecution go put. If the GOs go find Parlo guilty, the peace of Sierra Leone, now let me get for Solomon, the peace of Sierra Leone, it didn't at the hand, it didn't at the head.
Thank you, sir. Before I bring Mr. Pimane, I recap some of the areas then where you make emphasis on. You go back and make emphasis or revisit the TRC reports where you say, you look and say the Truth and Reconciliation report, where basically you look and say, now a waste of time and waiting they happen now building blocks towards war. And you have so many descriptions then where you give the sitting president based on your own perception, and me go back there now as a Kumbra or as the only female within her today, as similar as that of P-Man. I go say myself they plead on behalf of the family and the people that will love this man and the office where it don't hold, the different offices the way it don't hold, where it don't I call and serve with country. They look and say, President Bio, you get the opportunity now for say to Sierra Leonean, all the description that is being given about you, you can always take the bigger route and say, no, this is not me, and I not get no intention for no bloodshed again in our country. Now that number one add padandi. And then also he also make an emphasis say, President Bio obviously now the fountain of honor, and he gets rights and he get the power for make the good decision or better decision we go be in the interest of all Sierra Leoneans. And he also say the peace for Sierra Leone in the hands of the Unainan, as they say, referring to the jurors then where they in charge of this case. It make continuous emphasis on that, say the peace of Sierra Leone de Nainahan, having to do with this case. It also make an example of where they can say you get for waiting safe a case beyond reasonable doubt, and that is the doubt of the CCT camera, where they still not make available to the public or to at least the court for let them say okay, this man been gets the intention for do any mayhem or whatever it is that they're accusing of him. And that's where he make emphasis on the dishonesty where it comes to this case. And he also says one of the defense where they used in a court was that the retired Major Parlo been get grudge against the sitting president because of in a uncool way now with then president the late Joseph Saidu Momo. That was one of the defense, or sorry, the accusation with Mingi retired Major Parlo, and then he come back and say obviously he not get anything as such because if he don't hold prestige position there, which one of he was the defense minister, but he not even go near we sitting president at that time, we been then at the position, even get security guard or even get the ammunition. Say if they think of that or say get grudge, obviously at that same day for we don't basically using power or in office for doing bad. So obviously not get any intention for doing bad. I hope say I don't paraphrase your statements then or your submission to the best of my ability. Also I make mistake, please let me know before I bring Mr. Piman in.
It's okay, it's fine.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, Mr. Pima. Wonderful. Sure.
Like how waiting and discuss, you understand?
Yes.
Maybe everything I just a plea for make the presidency massive. Maybe just forget about this case. Maybe I'm you understand? For me, peace and shalom. That they need a plea for. You understand? We go out for all president view, all type of view. Now we get left right now. Now we get left. If it's work at any time, let them organize for action inside this 4 years. Now we get the power. The other thing we get for do, now we just please. For just play to forgive this man. and make the just make peace real in Sierra Leone because no more growth. Because then to this party there, so now they get for come. I let SLC to start to work. If it's better come back to power. If this SLC will do again the right thing, we know then at the 90s at the 60s again, the players do not people in that thing. We keep memory of every single thing that happened out in the world. And the full and right. If this plan not go the right way, it goes the wrong way, then will be fights against, unless it's so President Donald alive to kill them. This single fight against them, the generation them, the one that all the days inside this government to go fight against them, the government is here and just party. Now, you know what we talk. May God bless you. Make us take care of people.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, sir. Thank you. God bless you as well. Mr. Commander, I know say you on campus, so Commander, land, please.
Yeah, thank you very much again, and thank you to me able panelists within here. Actually, if I can add something or say something here again, is and related to this particular matter of Parlo Conteh'S, may I just almost say like a makeup case, a painted case, because the court get all the right for bring out all evidences. The court get all the right for bring out all witnesses. In a trial like this, not only evidences we will give the mandate for personal judgment. But one of the principal evidences let me say evidence we will prove out, that is CCTV camera. Of course, they may get what we call cross-examine after all the judges, after all the entire process of judgment. We will try for listening from them and get from them about the particular cross-examine towards the CCTV where the nation, the world, they pay attention to. And
I think you mistake.
Yeah, okay. They didn't for pass on judgment. Is either the man is guilty or not. But in that one, I believe say the wrong thing that one day, because with that I believe say everybody will come on and do. Because I believe say according to hearings, the request to be na the court, but until they say it gets something for do the president, a personal things. How could a CCTV camera when it is for everybody in security at the state house, when they think for do to the president to be specific or special? I can ask myself, or I even ask myself, which kind of kukujumuku when the head of state be there, or when he always there for a state house? Because for you able I CCTV, we now for let them know, they see what they pass now the state house, we go prove out as an evidence or throw a charge against somebody we allege. I believe people place something we will prove the person in wrong side.
Pastor, I want to come here quick before you continue, please.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, big, I want to come here quick. When I possibly they deal with data, I deal with plenty data, I deal with data security. Pastor, where they ask, where the defense ask for the CCTV footage, they're not telling us they bring the footage when the president in office. They're not telling us they bring footage when the president in secretary in office. They're not telling us they bring footage when any of the office them. That camera will point at the security post, at that entrance. I don't know if you don't go to state house.
Yeah,
that camera will point at that side, now in footage for that particular day and for that particular term, then they want. When they can go to the database, then go to cut and paste the one they call a cut and paste. They let the cut under, they bring another very minute way Parlo come. Now the cut need for in fact they don't even play for the public. Like that particular small side, sometimes like just 5-10 minutes. Now the cut need for cinema. So you know there's nothing for doing the president. Thank you very much. Continue, boss.
This is why I ask myself that which kind of thing with the president the Kindeba like the state house will even if he showed this and we not to they even say they need only a percentage of outside power concept. And then say it gets produced until with the president is shaped on security. Now you will see the whole show as a makeup case, as a painted case, it just for them 10 way forgive the man problem. As way they don't get grudge against her for quite a long time. As at the beginning earlier, they call her 110, 210. The 310 now when insist when so this wrong call her 110, 210 will miss her, and this now law holds as evidence against her. That's all about putting them get about against the man. And then I can give blame to the Attorney General, because the Attorney General now the principal advisor and when in on the law to the president. So all these things the way they go on, even for the principal advisor and when protect the presidency, this thing is not right. At the end of the day, now in the person will they pursue and will they emphasize on the issue for sentence power. I want to bring one notice again. Say the first Anthony when Charles Magai. This is the reason why they be shocked.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Because if you bring some certain points, then where it being for preach about a unity of the country, that now there is no more politics. Now it's about unity and for make the country. For that manner, they shock up for that. Then bring us somebody where they walk with their footsteps.
Against the law.
Against the law. Where anything they plan for do against the opposition or anybody where they against, for they work with them. And this is the type Attorney General when the country don't get right now where a partisan, where they try to fight for the interest of the nation or the interest of party. Because they get power, and which is wrong. So if today the nation they cry, the nation they undergo a lot of problems, tribulation, I believe the Attorney General is responsible. But one thing which I say, there are people who don't give up life like this world, but to me, I don't care what you get happen. Then even they think if there's heaven or hell, then all of them say, which are deeper and for doing with any kind of cost. That's all. They don't even care. Either they get for that or not. So this is the type of Attorney General who don't get to the country. You don't even care what you get for half or neither if tomorrow it is again for commodity. So I only care for belief say in this manner, let the Attorney General himself step in and say, oh, I have been done wrong. Let there be of course I will think. Because like the president in power already, he don't blind. He don't blind already in itself for protect himself. And also there are people among the cabinet, among the government, where they try to send Marabio. We don't know. Because we also know say Jesus Christ and disciples they sell him with the name of follower. And I saw today, I believe Marabio don't undergo the same struggle.
Sorry,
you
sir.
see, so I get for belief say we get for understand about the strength of the country, the political.
Yeah, 1 second, sir. Somebody they call in. Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television. Kindly identify yourself, please.
Yes, Khadija, Pasheki again.
Yeah, welcome.
If I'm going to say that the CCTV camera, the necessary again to put into evidence, because why? The security apparatus system na State House they don't already submit their own statement for say that Parlo did he did submit a gun to them. He notified that they get a weapon with them and he left them with them. So based on that, the case should be thrown out. What is happening now is that Paupa they get an intention for kill Parlo. This is what they want to do, and then they profit. Then they do this based on the fragmentation now of not only the APC but the civil society and everything else. Because we're not united, then the profit of this. You see, this like case which should be thrown out. You see, they don't come, they don't tell me say that this time Paulo do. So we have no need for a CCTV camera. This is some
Exactly.
submission. Thank you
I
very
agree with
much.
Awande.
Thank
I
you.
honestly agree with Awande to some extent. We don't talk about this thing because now one part the evidence the way the defense will ask for, but honestly I agree with
Yes.
Patrick. Even the statement of the security them will be there that the place there, and that prove that man innocent. Like we say no more, the whole case, the people of Sierra Leone understand because like I said, this is the 21st century. How case they happen, how thing they happen, and so people they get information right now their phone, now their handset. You understand? So the jury them get to be very, very careful.
Yeah.
Now true say they don't take money, Pastor Commander, if not true say they don't take money, let them be very careful. Say the people of Sierra Leone no say this case not lie.
Indeed.
You understand? So that point say we the stress now. Honestly, I agree with Pashaki. The CCTV camera, we don't need that anymore because the case they don't close, all man not close in case. Now we listen to the people that we can pass judgment. You understand whether this is true, they see evidence beyond all reasonable doubt, or they not see any evidence that all the charges that they make against them.
Yeah. So indeed, that's so exactly the thing there. But here now is this: we get for come together as nation. Okay, sometimes I also put blames by even we Salem people there. That if this thing don't go long way like this, we are responsible. Because if we see certain thing like this, we always need for the shout and for the come out in a very loud population.
Yes.
We need to know say yes, this is not well.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
You see, a certain thing you get for sacrifice. Without sacrifice, there will be nothing like progress. So if all we need the progress, the safety of Major Parlo Conteh, we get for stand as the kingdom, as brothers, as parents, as family members, to come out and fight for the interest of the nation and for the freedom of the innocent man.
Sorry, Pastor. Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television. Kindly identify yourself, please.
Yes, Khadija. Thank you again, Pasheki again.
Okay.
You know, what we want na salon na peace. Now we want. We don't want blabber. We don't want another war. We don't want revenge. None of that. We just want care we got to go before. We want unity. So waiting on behalf of the APC and the APC executives them, because we serve the honorary executive member of the All People's Congress. Waiting with the message what we they send to Mother Biu and the justice system that's how they judge the whole. If we want forget, we make a deal with Una. We don't want peace. We don't want trouble. We don't go after Una. We demand make Una release Parlo Conteh. Forthwith, if Una don't release Parlo Conteh, then Salon nowhere no go take make Una hide. This now the APC condition to SLPP and the judicial system. If Una don't release Parlo Conteh and free from all charges them, then Una not say we will come after Una. But no one do that one piece. So we are Una pull apart. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And then the opinion of Pasheki. Come on in, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Pastor Key, because I believe say that way Salon people are not selling for many time or for many months against this case. That peace we need. Sometimes, of course, the Bible always says, say our God is a God of vengeance. It says, sometimes say we get for those things in vengeance. So I believe say we need peace in the country. And the peace will cannot be demonstrated on this program. We don't see that peace there anymore with the portray in the country.
Exactly.
So we get for stand. We get for stand as family members of the country for peace. Now that we didn't try to talk about. Because if we not stand for certain well, like a problem. We need peace. But sometimes too much of quiet, it brings also destruction. And it make the possible they do on peace is so powerful so much. So that's why we need to analyze a certain thing the way we see it will bring up glory to the nation and for the freedom of Major Parlo Conteh. So with me, I can always talk that let we all come out and apologize again to the president that yes, in a leader, if you don't get a lot of allegations about in life, so if you prove yourself today, happy to the nation. Before I trust on side, we say how the civil and found the man guilty, and the end of the day, and go plead for him. That is not true. At the early stage, Why do not release the man? Why do not free the man? Why do not say, okay, go by another case? Now, if you don't command the officer and say, no, this man, let me for peace sake.
Exactly. Exactly.
So now, it will say, when I found that guilty from that, it plea for that. Now, it's like a trap. That means a trap.
Who's kind of you make?
Yes, a message of trap. If I can end the message, I don't see the trials or the death of Parlo Conteh'S way down for past Panam as an excuse of the SFP for bringing war in the nation. For as a foundation to say that because of the war, we're not able to do nothing. That because for let somebody go try to kill somebody when like a prominent person, a high level person, you must ever expect something tomorrow at the end. You must ever expect another tribulation or problems beyond that individual. So they are aware that very well. And I believe say that they do this deliberately for let them break out confusion, trouble like country, when they will take as an excuse about the legacy in the country. We don't able to do anything 2 years to 3 years now. But the special grace of God, it never happen. We all the people that let God intervene because in everything that God, let God enter into them, into their heart. So that let them say reasons how to free this man. When the president say he will plead, well, the free Parlo. When a man wrong plead, we do not even pass judgment yet again. It still get time. It still get time for deliver the man, for free the man, with that no judgment here. Just when I just tell us when I don't for the case, very pull the man back. So that's all. So I believe I'll stop there for now. We hear from another person. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Warisi. Go ahead.
For me, Khadija, you go back to the court system under Justice Commander, there's nothing to write home about. It just don't finish the credibility where that court system don't begin build after the war. It just don't finish them. It just don't come take me back to square one. That the Chief Justice that they see, it is send a judge on early retirement. The first time that the history of Sierra Leone. Now the Chief Justice that they see, it appoint a registrar, appoint somebody who time not done yet, appoint another registrar. They all now say they not qualify. Now the Chief Justice that really force Parliament for approve judges them, wait for sit the High Court panel, where they not qualify for the judges. So for me, the court system in Sierra Leone under Mother Bill, it's gone. It's gone. Let's be very, very careful. Let's be very, very careful. I'm glad we'll get people like pastors. I hope so we'll get other imam them back. We would help we for pray for let peace reign in Sierra Leone. Somebody make a statement. I think the first caller. He make a statement. Say Mother Bill is of no good to Sierra Leone. As a young person, there could be don't get power. If we don't be a better change than what we see Ernest Koroma do in 10 years. Maybe some of we want them for don't change for them. But make I warn them again. Now I warn the SFP again. If I go to the SFP, because it's a power, somebody put that the right. It's not the SFP, it's a power. Because the SFP people them want to know when they tell you say this not to the SLPP. It's simple for me. As the president, if we're able to say, you know what thing? All man know me for all of this bad. All man know me for all of these wrongs. This is an opportunity for me, when the people of Sierra Leone don't give me, for make a change my ways, it might be of good to the people of Sierra Leone. Look the kind tribalism where the man dispense in that country. Look how the man they make appointment in that country. Sack, like then these are all the accountants them, sack them, replace them all with people them we come on a one region. How could you do that? What make you do that one day? Why you want to do that one day? You can't divide and rule. You think that they will sustain you? No, it never sustain you. You think say we will hold power forever? No, you don't go hold power forever. You don't go able. Now this I don't talk over and over. But smarter do you think say we will hold power forever? They make a mistake. They make a grave mistake. The people that will tell us, say, oh, this is not your opportunity for down this man. Oh, because I mean, no, not your opportunity. This because this is a lie. Wait till I do something real, then you go use and say, okay, Paulo don't do something. This one, all man knows say that true. But when you do back to Paulo, I'm not going to mention death because for me, why they mention the word death against somebody, now bad omen. If you want to do bad to Paulo, wait for them to get something very, very clear. Case very clear. Where all man will say, hey, but no, we think say this might do bad, this might wrong. Not to pan this way with the whole country, even the young people there, even your security forces, no say the man not do anything wrong. So when you do if you understand what are the implication of what you do, they can see where all man will say wrong. If you understand what are the implication, and what you have to do, now they can go tell the jury they say, we not just pass verdict. Because if it end up for do that man the bad, which is
I think say Mr. Wiggins say get some interruption. I don't know if you want to come in, Pastor Commander, while they get himself settled. Come back in, sir.
Yeah.
If you want.
What do me brought up the type of an interruption? I believe it is timely that
don't come back. Okay, don't come back. Sorry, Pastor. Okay. You don't come back, Mr. Way say? Yes, come back in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think so. Okay now. So for me, I think say let me let me talk to the people who are the jurors them, the one they gonna pass the verdict. Let them know say what thing they do now for Sierra Leone and nobody they're not answerable to at the end of the day. If they rebel and say, oh, just do this, for me, it's not true. Now, for ask myself, when I go see them, when I ask myself, this people why they take, how much I go for it for? How much them people that want to play with thousands of dollars and Sierra Leone? Look how they did today. How much the people that want to play with power and Sierra Leone? Look how they did today. So, if you just search your conscience, but say, no, hold on, no, just maintain the truth because if you do this will continue to spoil the court system in Sierra Leone. Let not mix. If then they ban in politics, at least let we the Jews or we the people who pass by it, let we not mix party because it's not good for you. But that money when you owe, that's all you have to enjoy. You understand? That money they owe, they keep, where they together, that's all you have to. If they're not at peace, you don't enjoy that money there. You don't enjoy that money there. So they go for look at the political implications, they go for look at the facts, and they go for be honest with themselves as Jews, as Leoneans, and pass the right verdict. And for me, I think say particularly right again. We don't reach that point. I will therefore go back to evidence again. Just look at the evidence before now and say we think say this one very very this one don't make sense. This one I will not see any case for them because that we all don't know who they follow the case and that we all don't know say the prosecution not able to prove the case at all.
Thank you, sir. I know say Pastor Commander want come back in.
Yeah, I just try for a breakfast and which I may brother try for say one thing which I want to select which Pastor Kibi say again in some extent I go on for congratulate the leadership of the party for the long time demonstration what they do for having been patient for all what you do on the country and more like the chairman leader of the party with an instrument because I believe say since we SFP become power I never believe say it was make any statement or what it don't happen so you know sometimes people can say talk.
Forgive me sir, somebody they calling, sorry. Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television, kindly identify yourself please.
Hello Khadija Napasheki again. I want to thank you very much for giving the platform with the voice for opinions them, with frustrations them, and so forth and so on.
Yes.
You know, them people here they call themselves pauper, but when you look at you go to the etymology of the word pauper, like a synonym of the word gangsterism. Gangsterism, you know, gangsters them are people in way they know they negotiate, so they're not diplomatic. Now by any means necessary, by the gun, by crookedness, by lying, by any way. It is gangsterism. They don't believe in democracy. They are not democratic. You know, the thing is, what they say is, you know, they have a term in America where they can say, you don't bring a gun to you don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Once you know the whole gun, you can't meet out with knife, you know. So we dey try for strengthening with APC party, you know, and some of who fear God, and we don't want to do anything unjust. One father, Umutu, unity, freedom, and justice. All we simply ask this power government now for release with people them, who political prisoners them, release with people that want a hold of hate. When we come into power, we need to go after una. Because we make this stop, this policy of revenge and get back, make it done. But we're making it crystal clear to power that if any one of the people that die in prison, and power concept he die, when we come into power, believe you me, none of una no will forget. We will make sure say, yeah. But you see, Khadija, power and get away when they call APC, they say winner. Everybody them, winner gangsters them, who talk, they say, look, what should I do? So therefore, if una don't identify we as gangsters them, then no say snake when you mass in it, you don't kill him. When he raising it up, if he bet you in venom, it is 10 times stronger than if he will just bet you without massing it. Secondly, an advice to power. Never feel to see you do in power forever. You see person small, you have mass them. It don't make sense. Because tomorrow, that person will look down upon, will take advantage of. It's quite possible, say, he go there in a position to pay you back. So we'll have begin to think, and we demand the release of Parlo, Conteh'S, and other them forthwith. If not, the APC promise will say, we need a cat be unjust to. We follow the law. We go follow that thing, we will pay for everything we will do. We will pay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I know say in the process of landing. Go ahead, Mr. Commander.
Yeah.
The line is open for everybody, so I don't begin to read some thread where they accuse the platform say we they only pick certain calls. I know they screen any call, anybody will call, or they answer. As a matter of fact, in assist, they interrupt we panelists then, which I apologize for. So please, and Mr. I don't say where they repeat we rules of engagement in this forum. Mr. Benson, you're more than welcome, like any other Sierra Leoneans. Well, please now we try forget a constructive criticism or a strong argument without the use of profanity or continuous attack and unnecessary, because we they try for promote national cohesion and then they burn any good picking if we begin they call name or they cause. No, that's not what we're here for. We're here to identify concerns or problems and then in a way for then we find solutions. You do not need to agree with panelists, including myself, but we must do so in a respectful manner wherein we go continue for promote national cohesion. Thank you. Come in, Mr. Commander.
Yeah, waiting I'll be trying to say about the leadership of the party winner, the APC, to the chairman of the party winner, and his for having demonstrated himself with quietness, and since where he go out of power, I believe say he don't demonstrate a very good leadership. With that, concerning this issue of our content, I believe say even though the present government they not do within we the public and the country will expect from them. But I can only tell I say when somebody don't lost, you don't lost. And that is why, like in my church, the motto we get is say win the lost at all cost. I'm glad the way my brother they try to talk say if happy sometimes where you bring come imams and pastors them again at the program. In this manner, I believe even though like those people, the SLPP government or the Papa government, don't little bit lost track. I get for believe say one time again we get for pray for them so that many will see many act over. if they are open, I believe they not be able do almost they do so. Not just because of them blind or are already full. So if we do so, I believe say something could come out of the country. You see, without that, I believe we are lost. Anyway, the country for now is lost. The issue of Paulo Conte, if we give the leadership of the party, when Paulo Conte in party, if they take it in that phase, like how we, maybe the followers or the populace of the country one time, I believe that the war of the country.
Leave it.
It's like a war of the country. But the moderate and Sajala could say, and Pastor say, and because of this, and they only believe say, the SFP government for release Paulo Conte with all cost due to the rule of law. Now that then they wait for, and we pray that the vision of the party will come to pass. Let them succeed. The peace and cohesion with the need for the nation.
So
for the freedom of.
Yeah, so it's a go. I land now. Somebody they call, but finish what they talk, Mr. Pastor
Yeah.
Commander. Yeah.
For the freedom of the nation, the freedom of the party, just like we want to say, freedom, justice, and prosperity in Greece. Because one thing putting out there always, the country has prosperity. The freedom also serves as prosperity. You see, because when someone has freedom, it also prosperity.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 second.
You see, so
now you listen. Yeah, caller, kindly identify yourself, please.
Hello, Mina Sheikh Sankoila from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Thank you for your patience.
I want to say thank you to the panelists, them and you all.
Yes, sir.
What me want to say to Sierra Leone people, them, whether you be APC or SLPP or any political party, let we talk to the current president, Julius Maada Bio, let it change in way it come na power actually. Sometimes power they come to somebody in hand, it be coward, but as time they go, you therefore build up the strength. I want to say this oppression not to answer to kill your opponent or subjecting them to under you feel say you don't finish them. If oppression for be make a difference, the nation we call Israel not for be a strong nation, because at the beginning King Pharaoh oppressed them, he do them everything because of oppression make the Israelites be the way they be today. So if anybody they read scripture, that's facts and clear. When you subject somebody, you they make it be strong and more wise. And when the person retaliates, it not go be fine. We will let Sierra Leone. Today we then at the Western world, we see how politics they play. But everybody they regard the country in dignity and the people of the country. I believe say we don't get that after the war start from Ahmad Tijan Kaba, and be make a mistake. We begin something nasty happen. Then kick him out of power. You know what to make President Ahmad Tijan Kaba been changing way? As then reinstate him, the forefront of the people that we being stand for the reinstate him. Now God then take their life. One president, Manasara, and the president of Nigeria, right away just after they reinstate them, people are died. And that time, the international community say you are on your own. Right away, Dr. Ahmad Tijan Kaba changed a narrative. Although they get pressure, then he passed up for work now. come na state house, she walk na in house. I know this what I did talk so. But instead he step in foot. And if he see he not able to do much, after the war, the kind money will go na Sierra Leone. Trust me, Sierra Leone not for be like this, but what they're not able, they want all position for be for Southeastern and the past say no, and the international community say, hey, you therefore stand firm. What they not get away for let them go after the man, they start for embezzle the money. Who they come, all projects them will get for entry pool, rehabilitation, everything. They embezzle all the money then they. But we tell God thank you because the Sierra Leone been peaceful, we will uphold the peace. That now one benefit that one do every Sierra Leonean benefit. Where Anes Kuruma come, he listen to advice first of all. He not go after Ahmed Tiganga, but he got mistakes the way he do as a human being. But when you take a power, you na novice, you na new person, you need somebody where they show you certain way for let you go faster. Somebody don't work this way, you na you force them for work day, then somebody can make you advice. Way be don't work at that side. I believe say you could be more wise. That you see Anes Kuruma make a rapid change to Sierra Leone. The country move faster. He not stop there. He get the former British Prime Minister, na international advisor. Because God tell you, first alu ahlul dhikr in kuntum la ta'allamuna. And if you don't know, ask people of knowledge. If you don't know, anybody will ask. You know they go wrong. You if you take pride, take that pride they low to one person, you make you dignity to the thousands of people. But if you shame for ask that person one to one way past you, trust me, you the shame to the nation. Will not be for the parenting, for the near facts that President Madabi, this man not just crappy, go na state house. Now in send column. He get a mission. If that man even misbehave, he could even get benefit of the doubt because the bigger picture is there in front of her. Like this thing for don't die and the man for don't move ahead. Sometimes in a power you need for take your own action. What do you feel say this? Because nobody know they protect himself. If God not protect you, because as far as you get power, even to you people themselves how you do it, you get enemies then they. So if that be the case, me I want appeal to all other people that appeal. Let President Madabi free this man. So Monday, if you say you life the past now you earn, you not go find for you and even the nation where they rule. Let you life not be say you one can use this man as for let you show say you na man. Where the evidence then we need a work na CC camera. Like what we brother would say if you need that part there as far you know the date, the time, as you type on the computer now in the camera exactly what you want. Even with the employees them, you know say this country, the most places that we get cameras na the airports them. Even to be the employees that we own arguments, we own complaints that way they happen. If at all nobody know the way they witness, you just know the time and the date. Now you make way they make a complaint, who's how they work, you therefore show anything where you bring time and date. When they go to the CC camera, they type down there, it come exactly. It don't happen to me. With so many conflicts, so man they try for give me trouble. It come exactly. You don't need for bring Boku people for security reason. Even I don't know say what you could talk about the security of the state house. If you then punch that side, now the past you get for show. You don't get for show the present location of the president for say now for insecurity. Even it show the whole thing what happened that day. Now it passed. Nobody no go able use that one day for let if he say it go harm the president. So this now in we they do it don't happen to me. The boss or 2-3 people just they go now the place, they look what happened. Enough. When the people are not the high truth, then they can't tell you say yes, what in this person say he right, or what in this person say he lie. So many cases, employment cases, they get where some people want give case to other people because of who get cameras. That one day you not in the free you. Or we they use this THF radio. You say something wrong, you one can't deny, then they pray and come back the sound. So if that one day don't happen, like the brothers then say, the people that don't tell you, we get people that where they travel with gun. So then they take and go on the wrong side. We then at the front line. You they tell and say, hey, now on you get for good, you don't get for Kanya. You don't come inside, you don't get for camp. But you they tell and say, no, not to hear you they come. You not be in trouble. Say go that way because the person don't know. How much more the man know that he can't left hand. Some people
Exactly.
Sit for travel with that one, then they tell and say, no, you not there for travel because of this document, no, they left hand to the security. You go outside, they go, they tell you they come back there, you pick up your gun. So what's difficult, they not all them people and they say they want to go do something. Most of the monitoring of the airports at this part of the world because of terrorism. Then they go put question because he go now the wrong side or he go sign off for go. He don't be terrorist or in blinking on this document they get for travel or for travel. As far as license, you get another document we did before you travel with them. If you not get them, but you want go, then they let you go, then you let you go. Then take you particulars when you come back, you pick and go. So this na me even way I want to see the SLP people that way they listen. Some people them are the better way you been talk to Mr. Benson and he said don't accept. Sometimes you need to advise somebody who you let much. We don't want for put the president down. We want help him for let he run in time. Then in time done, he sit down at the country or he go any side peacefully. Because when you don't do something wrong, and they cause African leader, you time done, you know one come out. Look what happened in Malawi.
Exactly.
And if the people retaliate, you must go. The power of the people, you pass any gun. And the soldiers, the way they use today, they be your security. Look, the Gambian soldier, what he they advise. I believe say I wonder who soldiers then see them video then did. We the military man, we therefore look for the interest of the country.
Salon for all, kindly hold, please. Yeah.
So now me won't take this.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Salon for all, Voice for All Network Television. Kindly identify yourself, please. Salon for all, Voice for All Network Television. Kindly identify yourself, please.
Yes, hello, Khadija Pasheki here again.
Okay.
I just want to add 2 cents to Usai, the Honorable Mr. Yila just left.
Yes, sir.
Years ago, here in America, I get a job as a security officer where I was a lieutenant. I rose to the rank of lieutenant. We a commanding officer, a managerial officer, a supervising officer. And we get some certain sites them who we didn't contract with when a federal agencies them, courthouses, so forth and so on. Now then pass the law after the 9/11 they say inside courthouses them you need to get no gun go inside the, you need to get your phone go inside the, and various other items then, But while I was working in courthouses, the way it entered the mods, we get scanners them. If you had a gun, you can pull your gun left hand to we. If you had a phone, you can pull the gun either left hand or get with the butoka, move left and they come back in. It was not a crime to come in with those non-allowed items.
Okay.
Now,
Wonderful.
about a month ago, I saw a show with Lieutenant Sako. I think they call her Saloon something, Saloon Voice of Saloon or something like that.
Yeah.
The panelist that he had was a former chief of security, a high-ranking police officer, retired now, in America also. He was the chief of security in a state house and even a lodge for Pakaba. Then they get another panelist when one man would say in a international lawyer. I know it's not Soviet name or something. When now they know represent me nothing say for me. Anyway, the question was posed to this chief of to this high-ranking police officer retired now, where he identifies himself as in charge of state house security during Pakaba time. He said that the procedure when they can see the bar, when you enter the gate that state house, then they observe the car and they take some kind of mirror, we get pull panam, put them under the car, go all around, for make sure say person not the or any kind item will not fit for the day. Then they allow they open the hood, the bonnet, look at the engine, open the back boots. Then the car they proceed under the canopy for enter into the state house offices then. Now, when they exit the car, the dignitary or whoever he is, if he gets security and he is armed, if they announce a weapon there, then they ask him if he's armed, or in they declare that. If in the go with the boss for the president, it let him burn downstairs. Okay? This is the state house policy. And when he come back, he pick up him gun and go. These are the chief of security that state house. Now he talks to on TV, on here, on Facebook, once here, we talk up. Okay? Yeah. So people in the talk now say Parlo Conteh'S should have never entered the day against the law. There's no law for that. The only thing the only wrong way to do is Parlo Conteh'S should be charged for any crime. It should be a crime of stupidity. With all due respect to you, Parlo. Because if you not say you don't want this gangster then, any big people that will not want training, they don't fear God, nothing. You know they give them no chance, no room. You see them. So if the officer within in charge of Pakaba and the federal procedures are not that different today, they don't talk so. When we can talk now say it's not right for them to enter state house with gun. The law. When the man, when a police high-ranking officer in charge talks, say you can come with gun. Who's not come on now? You see how? So all this like bunch of police and nonsense, and the demand still stands on the table to power that if we not release Parlo Conteh'S and others forthwith, we not have an act of suicide on our part when it is coming to power. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Karija, if I can come in before I go, because
yes,
time
sure.
will catch me small.
Yes, please. We're almost done too, yes.
Exactly.
And,
so we come back to the issue of honesty, like we talk about Nana, we talk now. Another thing say, Parlo, na stupidity, that never charge her for. No. For me, Parlo will not do anything wrong. Like just a honest man. Look at what happened when the case to go. Mother Bill and his security forces then go put a signboard in the state house say no unauthorized arms allowed. When the case to go on. They don't charge the man or they don't indict him for treason. Then I go, you understand? Eh? So this is a part of the dishonesty because when we don't go state house several times, that signboard they not ever did it. That signpost not ever did it. American when you come, just like what Mr. Yulabi they talk, if you go to State Department, then they ask you, you get arm, you get ammunition. If you get them, then they tell you, say, okay, left arm now. 2012, when Parliament passed the Arms and Ammunition Act. No part of the law, no they will say, you know for carry go gun na state house. No part of the law, no they will say, you know for carry go gun with license, especially with license.
1
Now,
second, sir.
any part,
Before you
now,
land,
any
sir.
part, na Sierra Leone.
Yes, sorry, sir. Salon for
Okay.
All, Voice for All, Network Television. Kindly identify yourself.
Hello, Miss Khadija. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Are yourself? Identify
Yes.
yourself, please.
This is Namusa from Los Angeles.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Musa. Welcome.
Yes, they go in and out because
Okay.
busy here. They do domestic chores and other stuff.
Right.
But I listen to one or two guys when they talk, especially when it come by the CCTV camera. Somebody like say, I think say and try for the government say the CCTV camera they don't fool by the time with Parlo they go the. Is that true? Say they don't fool.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, Mr. P-Man, we don't left we, when one of the panelists is saying I saw them say, then at some point we also hear you say the statement was that lights not been there. So now like two conflicting statement they go in that
All right. If whether either way you go, I will just tell you for a small corporation, who say me they work. Then get a backup camera. Then get a backup battery. Expression not alone a small side way then get for give evidence in case anything transpire within the vicinity, like a crime happen within the store. Then get for worry about not being sued.
Okay.
So people just for their own backup for litigation purposes, let lawsuit not come after them. Then they make sure say it is mandatory. I don't know for other state them. It is the law now here in California. Okay. You will see CCTV camera. If it go off, if I alert the authorities them. But where it required for the safety of public and property, if for J on. If it go off, you get to inform the authorities so we can help you. Either replace one for you or then find a way for them to solve the problem. So if either way, whether lights not been done in a state house, it is unheard of. For a state house, they not get lights. That's number one. Number two. The camera, if full, the IT guy will be fired immediately. All the IT team. I will tell you, if not me, I got the business. You one time you say the camera pull up, every money wanna come before any activity take place. The first way to do the IT guy, run your server, run your system, make sure that they in perfect working order. So I don't know that time I just see us, you know what?
Thank you very much.
Let me not read it to the government to that point. Do you? Me at the beg. Make them not even go see I'm out. They go down internationally. At the beg the government.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you so much. I think this is my very first time where you call.
I think so. He hit the nail right at the head.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yeah.
The man hit the nail right at the head. We were there at data security. As you mentioned, a statement to me, I know say it's a lie because Musa point them out. You forget a backup system. No, I agree with that argument. Say lights not been there. Why the scanner been the work? If light not been there, how the scanner they work? Because all them things there now energy they power them. You understand? So all of those arguments not serve. You understand? Simple. They just not bring the CCTV camera because somebody in top position will for be fountain of honor, will for be somebody, will for preserve the rights of every Sierra Leonean, no one for be honest now. It's that simple. It's that simple. So we say, we call on Sierra Leoneans them, when come out and tell the president, no need to go demonstrate, on our Facebook, on our WhatsApp, when make a call, and the jurors them say, based on what you know, we not see no case. Nothing on this issue in a case against Parlo, Conteh'S and then other man them. Parlo Conteh'S registered in gun since 2007. He renewed in 2020. When he renewed in 2020 or 2020, when he renewed, he take a smaller one. He not take a bigger one. No. If you take a bigger one, say so 3 years, maybe this person will go in our status for go cause trouble, for go cause mayhem. Now that will be the plan. No, take a smaller one. We not even do for challenge one person. Because if you get 10 rounds, if miss smart, I do far away from you, you likely say will miss me 5, 6, 10. You understand? For like hit you with one bullet. So I think the people of Sierra Leone for call on the president say they get for maintain that thing where they call the fountain of honor. They get for be the fountain of honor. They get for make sure say it dispense justice according to the oath who it take who will be president. Me not think say na thing for plead about you. No, if na thing for plead about, run pass that stage for plead. Because no say you go they go find am guilty, you say they go pardon her, it don't go on record. It don't go on record. You understand me? Say he commit treason and court find am guilty. You know what I mean? That alone, for me, it just not make sense. So I could say we the Sierra Leoneans therefore understand this. Where it is quiet so we know the gun no mean say peace dey o. Where the international peace index don rate Sierra Leone 20 places down, 20 places down from where Mada dey take power. Sierra Leone don come 20 places down in the peace index. It simply means say Sierra Leone no dey in peace. Not because you know the gun mean say you dey in peace. So no, the actions, the activity of the people that within our governance, the behavior of the people and the court, the parliament, the executive, the way they behave, now they put together when they make their assessment and they when they do on Sierra Leone. They don't just say no more and make assessment. No. Now how the court they behave, how do they see the court they manage people and rights and justice, how parliament they behave. Look at parliament. The people who get majority, they say no, this law will not want her. Then the people who get minority, because they get speaker, they say no, we want the law. They go pass law where the majority in the parliament no want. It's a shame. It's a charade. Thank you very much. It's a shame. Yeah. So for me, I would think say he get for tread cautiously. Mother get for tread cautiously. He get for tread cautiously because we don't hold nobody responsible but him. Now him and the president. Now we go for whole accountable. Now we go for whole responsible. Thank you very much. I think so for left.
Thank you, Mr. Warisi. We're just hanging because we get to like another 5 minutes for give it a wrap. So, Mr. Commander, Pastor, come in, and then after that, I will give a closing statement, and we're done for the day.
You see, as within me brother they talk, Mr. Warisi, as I've been trying to analyze about the motto of the nation, the unity, freedom, and justice, I only believe seminar two I can always take among the unity and freedom. Because if we all understand about motto, I believe all here know the happen. I can tell people that say, I say we are very well, that's alone forget a motto like such. The reason to me I just take the unity and freedom because where there is unity, of course, freedom always did it. And where freedom is on side, unity did it better than the Parawuna. Now, good to the Parawuna. Now, prosperity the Parawuna. And where there is prosperity, freedom, and unity, I believe say third level will be justice in just like water every day on left on say. So that will bring justice to the nation. So I believe say we get to understand we want to better before ever we get for the whole into leadership structures in the country. Because I a very good area than the way we need for respect for motto. Either people respect or neither they know the meaning of the motto or the later or respect the motto, maybe that is the reason. But if really you understand the motto and respect the motto of the nation, you will know something. You could do something where could benefit the nation as well. You as a leader. So I believe the issue of retired Major Parlo it is not the hands of the SLPP, and where I believe say they have tried by all means for find way for release the man, let it not bring problem. Or neither let it not bring a problem to the nation and to any other issue tomorrow we will bring big trouble in the nation. So I believe if I can say something that I'll be able to end for now. God bless you.
Amen. And God bless you as well. So now just give a closing remarks and then we call it quit. I want to take this opportunity for speak directly to the President, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. You don't hear the voice of various Sierra Leoneans them point of view on this particular case. Me to take the Kumbara or the Mami approach. I want plead on behalf of every Sierra Leonean woman good for a country. We believe in national cohesion. We believe in peace, unity, and oneness. We believe and frown against anything we go remind we of waiting we don't go through in terms of the civil war. I dey beg you for the sake of God, and I can always say power it only belong to one person, a God, and I in they choose the person where it gives small of him power. And when we dey in them position, and they know remember say at the end of the day we get for give testimony, we get for give testimony to God and answer to him in the hereafter as to how we govern with people and so on and so forth. Having said that, I don't talk that in my past show. You don't get a lot of description of you of the past mistakes them where maybe you don't make. You don't want to leave everything what they do now with legacy. Anybody can come and say, oh, me na a propaganda of the SLPP, the APC, NGC, but my legacy or how I carry myself or how I decide to ignore all those negative things and how I choose for represent myself through the grace of God and the many phases that what they represent, whether it's my non-profits, my family name, so on and so forth. It depends on me or the legacy where I want to live, not waiting the critic them or the distractors then will say about me. So having said that, I make that scenario day as a comparison to that of you as a leader. You have made mistakes in the past just like any other human being as per statement of various countless Sierra Leoneans then. But now you get God don't give you a second chance for say this is now who they think I am, or if I did those mistakes I was younger and I did not know better, but now God don't give me the experience and I don't know the know-how or whatever the case may be, and I'm gonna do better. And in me on watch, no blood no go shell na Sierra Leone. So having said that, I want to recap again some of the concerns the way Sierra Leoneans then make. Then give an example of 2012 where you challenged the then president, but because of peace and security of the nation or oneness, national cohesion, or because it look and say, I am a leader, I get to take the bigger route, it decides say, it not go hold you accountable. That is one good example of a leader, and I shall say, you get that deep in within you for do that. You also happen to be a father of the nation, and a person who don't describe himself as a father of democracy. This is not a time where you go definitely show Sierra Leone and say, you are indeed father of democracy, in brackets, peacemaker, a person where go be a unifier. You understand? If even there's a mistake down the line, you go say no, make me be that bigger person because of the betterment of me of the country. So then that's another example where you go reflect back on when you day at your quiet time where you sleep for say yes, make myself be that bigger person because President Korma then been get all right for do something to me, but he didn't. Then we get the example of then we now defense deputy internal minister, you know, we get a series of things will happen now that administration day, but they're not taken say now in terms of in interview the way they conduct whether na AYV or whatever, but then still not taken say if they do coup or whatever the case may be, or put treason na in head. I want to know we not take this lightly, Mr. President, because the word treason is different from where somebody like I say go thief money in a person in pockets. This not person in life. I want to take that into consideration. And we also make an emphasis on the TRC report. If the report was designed to bring we together for make sure say for be serve as a guidelines for now we not repeat history, the negative history of that war day. I believe say Ben Danny go be a guidelines for you, Mr. President, as you sit down a quiet time for say yes, we don't make these mistakes as Sierra Leonean. Now we able for forgive ourselves. Now we not get grudge. Many people will describe you as that, but I still have hope and I still have faith that you go make the right decision when it comes to retire Major Parlo. We also get for give credits for a man we don't serve with nation. We also don't play a vital role in terms of discouraging whether it's violence or whatever the case may be. Some of you supporters them, then they use the social media, then they make fun of this man of certain things that we don't put in place for bring about a better Mama Salon. But I want, sir, now you look at it, say, this na man we don't serve one nation, and you being an individual where we don't get exposure. Exposure meaning you don't come to places like here in the United Kingdom. You know what it's like for a man serve in country and the respect way they get after he don't left the office. And in the case of this man, he be supposed and entitled to security he was never given. He still go about for be a law-abiding citizen, and he decide for get a legal registered armed where it gets fine say for in case of an emergency. And from we own understanding, this na a thing where it be done they carry even with the last administration. So I want to put all that into consideration for say the intention, like I say, based on me religion, the intention now they look at, and if the man go, it surrender a weapon and inform the security chief, oh, the one where they in charge say, I don't bring this, but I don't feel say it's safe for now left and my car. Now the wrong person not get hands on it. But obvious that he not been gets any mayhem or any intention for do any mayhem. And moreover, then Gian sits is sidom, say he proceed to the meeting, he come out today, he go home, then the next day now, then come back again. And prior to that, it don't get two incidents wherein then call CID, then the investigator. Many Sierra Leonean go look and say na a witch hunt, and he not be ever gets peace of mind and rest. So now again, it's your time for now you say that was not a witch hunt, and me go be the bigger person for now this thing not go na this man in head or whatever the case may be. Some people also they read the daughter in efforts where they go out there, it inform Sierra Leoneans them, then they read her as bad. Mr. President, you get a lovely, beautiful daughter. Let's say the small one where you get. If God forbid, if you then at that position there, look and say, incest go do everything it take for save in papa in life. So do ya the one day where they read this young girl wrong, do ya, Mr. President, find her in your heart, say, take and say na you picking, and take and say na you then in that position. You're reckless. I was once a daddy's girl until me daddy left this temporal world. It don't die, God and good road. So I can only imagine the pain where it go through, the emotional, the mental, the psychological pain. So I want you take and say that Miss Atida Conte now you yourself young picking, and now in the you happen to be the father of that picking day. So take an in that content for now you sorry for him. Now you know look and say it try for, because some people then they look and say, oh, now people then they put word 98. No, if you hear anything where it be say it critical, it's scary for him papa, it must inform Sierra Leoneans them, because afraid it wants save him papa in life. So do ya, Mr. President, that's the other thing where I want to make mention of. And again, I don't want to prolong because everything has been said. And the thing where, again, the man make and clear say, somebody make a rumor say, oh, the man been get you as grudge because of the then president, when I uncle, the late President Joseph Saidu Momo, it make and clear to you say, that is not the case, because if you don't then a position where it been get all what's in need for abuse in power, for God forbid to do anything to you, but obviously that was not his intention, and he didn't even think that way. Having said that, again, now we continue for use with voice for promoting national cohesion. Anything we will discuss today, I also or any of we panelists them, we're hotting up based on the truth or based on the sincere contribution. That is not the intention here. Again, when we hear anything we're critical as that of what we hear is so, the jurors then again, now repeat again, it become redundant in they deal with the life of somebody. Next wall, the president's 9 day ahead, but the next wall God get for go asking her, and I don't want to be part of that. If that man is not guilty, and I please make sure say and I do the right thing by not so by mortal man but by God. Having said that, any saw mistake by now and I forgive we again. The intention is here now for now we promote national cohesion. I want to take this opportunity for tell the panelists and plenty thank you for when I take time out of in a busy schedule for partake on national issue. I want to tell we audience them back plenty thank you in a way. We're not able to read in our comments, and sorry. And Mr. Benson, I thank you so much for your positive respond after I don't make I call take your attention, say no, we try for get a meaningful and healthy dialogue. Until next time, this is Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television. I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabi. Now remember, with him bind we together. We're not the green, white, and blue. Now God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone, and God bless we all, and God bless the United States of America. Bye.